Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Well, good evening and welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I hope all of y'all enjoyed y'all Saturday and feeling a little bit cooler now. Unfortunately, those above average conditions we experienced today are continuing into the overnight period as well, but it has been beautiful all across North Mississippi. The good news is what we're experiencing now is going to get even better as we get ready for the next holiday week ahead. I have the very latest for you on the broadcast to make sure you are kept up to date with everything heading your way. But we still have warm and cloudy conditions ahead. That is pretty much for the overnight period. We're still staying warm into your Sunday. But post-Sunday, we're seeing that beautiful forecast come back into play, and the rain chances, that is what saves us. That is taking us away from these above average conditions, and we're not even going to seasonable conditions. We're finally seeing below average conditions return. We're going to enjoy every second of it as well. That all starts Monday. We can see that we're also ending 2025 on a good note and starting 2026 on a great one as well. So all of that's coming up as we get ready for the broadcast ahead. But those temperatures right now, this is what I'm talking about. Those warm conditions we've experienced today, continuing right now. It's 10 o'clock on December 27th here in North Mississippi, and we are talking about mid-60s all across our viewing area. I mean, 68 in Southaven, Tunica, and Senatobia, and Clarksdale. That's upper 60s almost. 63 in Corinth, 64 in Boonville and Iuka, Red Bay, 61 Amory, 63 Eupora and Kosciuszko. So just a warm, just overnight period in store for us, and we're almost to our overnight lows. We're only reaching the low 60s. We can already see that some of us are reaching that right now, so not going to cool off much further. So any outdoor plans you have tonight that you want to do super late, this is what it's going to be like. Maybe a little bit cooler, especially for those already in the upper 60s. You're going to continue cooling off just a little bit, but low 60s, that is still going to be the story as we get ready for the overnight period ahead. But I also mentioned it's going to be a cloudy overnight period as well. We're starting off around 62 degrees by 11 o'clock and seeing that constant cloud cover. Can't really talk about the temperatures much, not really changing. 62 to 61. Then to 60 for some, and then we're already talking about 70 degrees by 11 o'clock, and we're going to see mid-70s for our highs later on tomorrow. Going to be another toasty and above average day. But we're seeing dry conditions tonight. Not going to be the same story tomorrow. Those rain chances will start to come back into the forecast tomorrow evening. But for right now, our Mississippi Live Weather Radar presented by Mama Justice is showing dry and beautiful conditions all across our viewing area. Definitely a beautiful way to wrap up our Saturday and get ready for our Sunday ahead. That will be the turning point for our weather. And we can kind of see what's going to be responsible for this and what's responsible for our current conditions. There's not a lot of weather makers occurring down here in the southeast. The only thing that's kind of influencing our weather is all this high pressure all the way down in Florida, just off the coast down in the Gulf. That's kind of why we see our wind coming out of the south. It's got that clockwise motion, bringing in all that wind and moisture from the south, allowing us to feel these warm temperatures as we continue further and further into our weekend. But this cold front, that is going to be our weather maker and the difference maker as we get ready for our Monday and the holiday week ahead. That's going to bring those rain chances and much cooler temperatures, and that is what we're going to enjoy every second of once we cross that Monday point and on. But Futurecast right now still going to show some partly cloudy conditions tonight, but as we continue into the overnight period, that blanket of cloud cover is going to start just moving on in, and that's what's trapping the heat. We had a toasty day today. Heat can't really go anywhere because that cloud cover just acts like a blanket. Just like we want to keep warm during these cold December months, that's kind of what that cloud cover is doing for us, trapping all that heat here at the surface and allowing us to experience these low 60s pretty much all night overnight. Then we can start to see that cold front getting closer and closer to North Mississippi. That will affect us tomorrow evening. But for most of your Sunday, we're seeing cloudy and dry conditions. That just changes a little bit by the time we reach dinner time and on. But don't worry, I'll cover that later on in this broadcast. Next 24 shows exactly that. A dry and cloudy start to your Sunday. We're starting off around 60 degrees by 6 o'clock, warming on up towards the low 70s by lunchtime, still seeing those cloudy conditions, talking about mid-70s during the afternoon hours. But by the time we reach 5, 6 o'clock and see that dinner time hours, those rain chances going to start pushing into North Mississippi and bring with it some cooler temperatures after it moves on through, but definitely going to be tracking some rain showers moving across pretty much for the rest of your Sunday and into the early Monday morning hours, but definitely a beautiful Monday forecast coming up as well. But we're going to be talking about those rain chances and tracking them out for your Sunday and also what the rest of your holiday week looks like. All that's coming up after this break.
Give the gift of a delicious burger from Bulldog Burger, a soup and sandwich from Sweet Pepper's Deli, appetizers and cocktails from The Grill, or even a wood-fired steak from Harvey's. Choice is the perfect gift. An all-in-one gift card from Eat With Us.
Can I ask a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, we have a dog, but she's little.
Do you have any unlocked guns around the house?
We do have a gun, but it's stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access. Appreciate you asking.
Yeah, of course.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. Let's take a look at those current conditions right here in Tupelo. 62 degrees, feels like 62. It's a positive. At least we're not going up, but we're also definitely not feeling cooler than those temperatures outside. Seeing that southerly motion come out of the south due to that high pressure system all the way down into the Gulf, just off the coast of Florida, kind of what's influencing that southerly motion across our state. But still, warm conditions as we get ready to go to sleep later tonight. And that's going to continue into your Sunday ahead. But Futurecast still showing those dry conditions all across North Mississippi. What you're also going to see is that cloud cover start to build on up as we continue into the overnight period, blanketing all of North Mississippi overnight and still keeping us warm as we get ready for our Sunday ahead. And those warm conditions will continue into your morning, afternoon, evening plans as well. But those low temperatures, low 60s all across North Mississippi. Whole blob of 60s in Bruce, Houston, Tupelo, Amory, Red Bay, Hamilton, Vernon, Columbus, Starkville. I could keep going. 64 out there in South Haven, 63 Clarksdale, and 64 in Cleveland and Greenville as well. So definitely still above average even in the overnight period, but at least we can pretty much sleep through it, stay indoors, and have a good night's sleep and just put it at the back of our mind. But looking at your day planner for tomorrow, especially with church in the mornings and any afternoon plans you have, we're starting off with temperatures already in the low 60s by 7 o'clock, seeing those mostly cloudy conditions above, staying pretty consistent throughout your day, warming on up, seeing those above average conditions in the mid 70s, and those rain showers. So any late night plans you have, definitely going to be rainy and soggy and windy. So make sure to plan accordingly. We'll be tracking out when we see those rain chances and where later on in this broadcast, but cooling off towards the upper 60s. But here we go with Futurecast. Not really tracking out much for the majority of your Sunday, especially morning time, just those cloudy conditions continuing to blow on through North Mississippi, seeing that all the way into lunchtime by 12 o'clock, but still not tracking anything into your afternoon hours as well. We are staying dry throughout most of your Sunday. It's until dinner time where we start to see those rain chances get closer to here to North Mississippi around 7 o'clock, pretty much right on the doorstep. So notice this is the latest model run that I was talking about at the end of the 6 o'clock, how we would get a new and updated version, pushed it back just an hour. So originally we saw that line kind of already pushing through the most northwestern portion of North Mississippi, pretty much just a little bit ahead. Now it's kind of getting pushed a little bit further. So around 7 o'clock, just crossing the Mississippi River. Interesting to see how the morning models will look as we continue to time this out. But we know this is occurring pretty much in the evening time frame and for the rest of your Sunday. So you're staying dry throughout most of your Sunday up to dinner time. Then from that point on, we start to see those heavy downpours and windy conditions make their way through. Those high temperatures tomorrow, definitely still another toasty and above average day, mid 70s all across North Mississippi. 76 will pretty much be the temperature to talk about in Columbus, Amory, Tupelo, Houston. I've already done a bunch in this area. I'll keep going. 74 in Holly Springs, Senatobia, and South Haven, Cleveland, 76 in Greenville, 75 in Clarksdale and Tunica as well. And it's going to feel above average as well. Those future feels like values. Still, just feeling toasty as you go about your day, but don't worry, we're going to start to see not only better conditions, but a whole different color on these feels like values once we make it to Monday as well. You'll see that in just a second. But let's take a look at this Futurecast. This is a different model and also showing kind of different timing and a little bit less intensity, but they're still matching up just a little bit on knowing it's that dinner time frame where we start to see that line move across North Mississippi. But let's track this out almost hour by hour as it continues moving on through. This is around 8 o'clock where we kind of see those band of rain. I don't even want to say storms, not expecting anything too severe tomorrow, just going to be very windy, especially you can see that line of wind along this line of showers kind of moving on through. This cold front is going to be, the biggest risk will be wind as it moves on through. But this is 8 o'clock for your Sunday, going in towards 9 o'clock, a little bit more uniform as we continue into those evening hours. Still some heavy downpours. Maybe you could hear a rumble of thunder or two. Not expecting too many stormy conditions, but definitely could see some heavy downpours, especially as this makes its way through North Mississippi. That's at 9 o'clock. Let's move towards 10 o'clock later on, kind of weakening just a bit. Not really as uniform and as impactful as it was during that 9 o'clock hour. So showing it's already kind of moving on through North Mississippi, not as intense, but during the 10 o'clock broadcast tomorrow, still going to have a lot to talk about as we continue tracking those showers and gusty conditions across North Mississippi. Even towards 11 o'clock, most of it is out of North Mississippi. So we keep saying that rain is an overnight threat, but the majority of this cold front and the punch that it could impact us will be done by 11 o'clock for most of us. So we can go to sleep worry-free and enjoy kind of some last-minute rain moving on through North Mississippi. Not going to be as intense tomorrow, but of course we're going to make sure to keep our eyes on it for the rest of tonight and into tomorrow as well. Futurecast still just kind of showing those showers moving on through on the back half of that cold front. Stress-free rain is what I like to call it. That's what you can just listen to, hit the roofs, and enjoy that cooler temperature starting to move on in. That's it. We're not tracking anything else for the rest of your overnight period, even into Monday morning, seeing clear and sunny conditions by the time you start your day. So I know on the 7-day you'll see that rain icon, but still going to be a beautiful Monday, especially once we wake up. Won't even notice that rain if we most likely sleep through it for our Monday, but not tracking anything out throughout the rest of your day. This is in play. That went all the way through your afternoon and evening and even into Tuesday. Just clear skies, beautiful skies, but much cooler conditions that we get to enjoy for your Monday. So let's take a look at them. High temperatures. I mean, a whole different color for your Monday, pretty much mid 40s, low 40s across North Mississippi. We can even talk about some upper 30s, 39 in Iuka, Boonville and Corinth, 36 in South Haven, 37, Tunica, Senatobia, and Holly Springs. There you go with those mid 40s, 44 in Amory, Houston, and Eupora, 43 Grenada, 40 in Cleveland, 43 Greenville, Belzona, and Greenwood. Y'all just seem to be the twins, always matching with those temperatures. Here we go with those feels like values. We're dropping significantly. Going to feel a lot breezy and gusty as you go about your Monday. So now's the time we can pull out those Christmas gifts, those layers that you got. Definitely can put them to good use for your Monday and pretty much for the rest of the week as we wrap up our 2025 and get ready for 2026. So of course, got to show you that New Year's planner and what to look forward to for New Year's Eve. We're seeing high around 52 degrees and New Year's Day, a little bit better, high of 51. But the most important part to me with this forecast is we're seeing clearer conditions for your New Year's Eve forecast, which is beautiful for any fireworks that you have going on outdoors. And I don't know if I should clarify outdoors. I think all of us shoot our fireworks outdoors. At least I would hope so. But New Year's Day, starting to see that cloud cover move back into your forecast and kind of stick with us for the rest of the week. But good news is, as of right now, your New Year's Eve forecast is looking spectacular as we get ready for 2026. And those beautiful conditions are here to stay. We can see that right here on the 7-day forecast. Sunday and Monday still the days to talk about. We're going from a high of 76 to a high of 42 for your Monday. Significant drop as those rain changes move on out. Higher percent for your Sunday just due to it kind of moving on through that band of showers, kind of moving throughout North Mississippi pretty much before 11 to 12 o'clock, but we still see those rain showers on the back half, kind of that pitter patter on the rooftops of our houses. So still kind of seeing that rain overnight for your Sunday and Monday, but beautiful clear conditions on the back half. That's sticking with you Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. High of 41 for your Tuesday, going into the low 50s for your Wednesday and Thursday, before we kind of finish off in the mid 50s later. Those rain chances try to come back into your forecast Friday, and then that cloud cover coming back as well into your Friday and Saturday. But beautiful conditions are on the way. Just got to get through a toasty day tomorrow, and then we can talk all about those cooler conditions as we wrap up 2025 and prepare for 2026. Of course, to stay updated with us, you can download our app. Here's the QR code for both the iOS and Android version to make sure it's compatible for all of you guys out there. We appreciate all the support you give us because we want to make sure that app is tip-top shape and want to know what's working, what's not working, what you want to add. We want to make sure it is the very best for all of y'all out there so we can let y'all use it as much as y'all please. But of course, we'll be live later on tomorrow, only at 6 and 10 as we are still in the weekend broadcast schedule. Of course, once we get back to Monday and on, we'll see those morning shows return and the 3 evening shows at 5, 6, and 10. But you got me here tomorrow night at 6 and 10, where I'm going to be looking at the latest model runs. We'll have a morning model run come out and also another afternoon one. So we'll have better timing on it, and we'll be talking about that band as it moves across North Mississippi, especially during the 6 o'clock broadcast time, and during the 10 o'clock as well as it kind of moves on out of our area. But until then, I hope y'all enjoy another toasty Sunday tomorrow. We'll talk about those rain chances tomorrow night at 6 and 10, and I'll see y'all then.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
By the time you see the symptoms of lung cancer, it could be too late. Now there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early. If you smoked, get scanned.